Hello and welcome to my tarot corner. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumption and speculation, and as such, it may or may not be true. And it is for you to decide. Now, I am saying that even more strongly after the reading that I did about Prince Andrew, because I want people to understand that I am not putting in an opinion here. What I'm saying is what I see in the cards. Now, that reading, I think that many people did not really understand what it was about. And it was about the way the Queen and Prince Andrew feel towards one another. And that, in light of the way that Prince Andrew took a bigger role than was planned, and I'm not saying whether it was good or bad, but it was a bigger role than was planned in his father's memorial. Because at the beginning, that wasn't the plan. The Queen was supposed to enter the abbey with the Archbishop. And it was her decision and Prince Andrew's decision that he will take her. And what I was looking at is their own relationship, nothing more. And what I looked at was the way that the Queen feels towards him and the way that he feels towards her, and what was there that was in a way holding her back and maybe made her decide not to come out and say that she wants him to take a bigger role than it was planned, but to do that in the last minute as she did. But that is all I'm going to say. If you do not like the readings, please, you don't have to watch all the way, but it is not acceptable to leave nasty comments. It's better for not to leave a comment at all, or just to say that you don't agree with something, or that you don't feel like it is true, which is your right. But if you don't like a reading or you don't like the way I read, it's okay. Not everything is for everyone. So that done, I'm going to talk about what I'm going to read about today. So as I understand it, okay, and this is the way that I understand things after reading what is in the public domain. When Prince Edward got married, he didn't want a duke title, although the Queen did want to give him a duke title. He said that he always wanted to be the Earl of Wessex, and that was the title that he wanted. And it was agreed, or it was something that was maybe an assumption, maybe on his side or on everyone's side, that when Prince Philip died, the title of the Duke of Edinburgh will be Prince Edward's. But it's been a year since Prince Philip died, and the Duke of Edinburgh title is still open. And now there were some speculations that Prince Charles is keeping that title vacant in case Prince Harry decides to come back. And what I'm going to do is BS detector reading, and to check whether it's true, whether it's what is the truth, what is the lie here, whether it is what Prince Charles is planning. In all of my readings, I always see that Prince Charles still wants Harry back. And in one of my readings, I even saw that Prince Charles would even accept Meghan back if she decides to come back. So for me, it seems like Prince Charles really wants Harry back. So I wouldn't put past him the not giving his brother the Duke of Edinburgh title, although it is quite something that everyone expects to happen, but to keep it for Prince Harry when he comes back, although he's already a Duke. So what I'm going to do today is a little bit different, because I am going to start with a significator card from the Twin Tarot and see the overall spiritual energy, because the Twin Tarot is only major arcanas. So that's why I am shuffling both decks. And this deck is another deck that it is called the Revelations deck. It is another deck that is very much like the Tarot of Opposition, in which that every card has an upright and a reversed position in it. So this deck, I also read both sides, so I shuffle it in a way that both sides are possible to come. Sorry if I didn't explain it very well. So let's start with the major arcana. So first I'm clearing the deck. And now what I'm going to ask is what is the energy around the Duke of Edinburgh title? What is the energy, main energy around the Duke of Edinburgh title? So this will give me an overall energy about this title and what can we expect about it. And we see the world in the reverse position, as I already got it in one of my readings. And this is about a journey or something that was completed. And it is very, very fitting here, because this title is now on some kind of abeyance because Prince Philip is not here. So this title right now is in this position of a completion and waiting for a new beginning. But who will be the next Duke of Edinburgh? That's the question that I'm going to try and investigate now. But it is, this card just tells us that this title is right now in this kind of ending and waiting to start over, waiting for the new beginning. This is the opposite side of the card and not the upright side of the card, because I think that there isn't a decision yet. I think that right now this title is waiting, or because I was asking about the energies around the title. So right now the title is waiting for a decision on who will be the next Duke of Edinburgh. But it looks like right now this is a card that just describes the way the title is right now. The person that used to hold this title is gone, so this is the ending, and there isn't a new beginning yet. So now I'm going to shuffle a little bit more this deck. And once again, because it is a deck that in which the cards are coming upright and reversed, I am flipping them before I shuffle. And I'm going to clear the deck. Okay, now the question is different. So, is it true that Prince Charles wants his son to get the Duke of Edinburgh title instead of Prince Edward? Is it true that Prince Charles wants his son, Prince Harry, to get the title of the Duke of Edinburgh instead of Prince Edward, as it was supposed to be? Okay, so I'm going to cut the deck. And the first card is always a card that describes the question. So the card that I'm getting is the Two of Pentacles, but in the reversed position. So the Two of Pentacles is a card that speaks about some kind of a fake conflict. And the fake conflict means that Prince Charles actually knows what he's going to do. He is not really in a conflict. But this is a reversed card. And because it is a reversed card, it shows that he's not sure yet. This is when it is reversed, when it is negatively aspected, this card shows us insecurities and sometimes even tending to let others decide for us. So it is, in a way, Prince Charles knows what he wants. I don't know exactly what he wants right now, but he knows what he wants. And he's afraid of taking that decision, or he is not sure about taking that decision. So this conflict is still there because of insecurity. So it could be because he's afraid that his decision will not be popular, because it will be something that will hurt other people. But this card, when it is in the opposite direction, shows wrong judgment. So this is what this card is showing us about the deliberation that Prince Charles is having around this title of the Duke of Edinburgh. So what is the lie? What is the lie? The lie is the Star reversed. So the Star, when it is upright, is a card of loving energy and innocence. When it is reversed, it is its negative aspects are coming more to light. And the negative aspects of the card are that we're talking about opening a Pandora box, letting everything out. Now, because we are talking about a lie here, and because this is also a reversed card, it only makes things even more prominent. That means that the big fear of Prince Charles when he's thinking about the Duke of Edinburgh title is that it might open a Pandora box. It might let everything that is hidden come out. Things that he doesn't want to come out. And this doesn't even concern Prince Harry himself and the way that Prince Harry has been acting. This is about things that Prince Charles is not or is afraid of them coming out. This card speaks about self-illusion. And Prince Charles is in some sort of self-illusion that people will accept his son as Duke of Edinburgh. This is, in a way, a tendency to surrender to another person, and a feeling afraid to talk about problems. So as this card, when it comes in the position of the lie, and it is also upside down, it only shows that Prince Charles is afraid of talking about problems, and in a way he is prone to letting others decide what will happen with that title, because he's afraid of doing that. First of all, he knows what he wants, but he's unable to take that decision. And this is why we got the Two of Pentacles in the reverse position. But he's also afraid that when he does come out with a decision, things that he doesn't want coming out will start coming out. And all of those things, if you see the upright way of the star, these are all of the good, loving energies that come with the star. When it is in the upside down, these are all of the bad things that are coming out from all of the bad energies that are coming out of the Pandora box. This is like lighting a fire. This is like making the world exploding. This looks like an explosion to me. So this is what Prince Charles is most afraid of, and this is why we got it in the lie position. So what is the truth around this title? And the truth is another upside down card, which is the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is a card that speaks about deciding not to decide. So once again, we see that it is very, very hard for Prince Charles to make that decision. It is something that is not easy for him. And when it comes in the upside down way, we see that instead of someone who is just taking some time out and deciding to rest or to think about the decision that he has to take, we see a person that is really agonizing. He is wounded. You can see here all of the bandages around him. He's wounded. He is, in a way, too wounded, or too, and doesn't have to be physical wounds. It can also be mental wounds, but he's too wounded to be able to make that decision. So it just shows that, in a way, this is why it's the decision around what will happen with the Duke of Edinburgh title is in a standstill. This is why it is very, very difficult for Prince Charles to take the decision. He is wounded. It would have been easier for him if he wasn't so wounded by his son. Then he would come out and say, I want to give it to Harry, but he is unable to take that decision. So it looks like a very, very hard decision for Prince Charles. He is afraid that no matter what he will do, things that he doesn't want coming out will come out. He is afraid that taking the wrong decision will cause some kind of explosion in his family or even in the royal fold. So this is what we see around this decision. We see a lot of insecurities. We see a lot of being unable to make a decision. And it looks like Prince Charles is deliberating between those two options. It's not clear cut to him that his brother should get that title, and by those three cards, it looks to me like he is deliberating, or he is thinking about giving Harry that title, but he's afraid that doing that will cause an explosion. So that is why, and he's still very, very much wounded by what Harry did to the family and to him. So he's unable to take that decision. And that is why he is still in this Two of Pentacles place of some kind of being in a fake conflict and being unable to make a decision. So we have two cards here that are talking about being unable to make a decision. So how will it pan out? What can we see for the near future? And what I'm seeing here is another upside down card, which is the Temperance Reversed. Okay, so the Temperance, when it's upright, it speaks about believing, about faith. It says all you need to do is to believe. So that's like believing that the universe will give you what you deserve because you are doing the right thing by the universe. But when it's upside down, it means that you do not have that faith. It means that you are afraid from whatever will be the result of your decision. The Temperance, when it's reversed, it is about indecisiveness. Another card that shows us being unable to make a decision. It is about imbalance. And another card that shows us dependence on others. So it looks like Prince Charles would much rather leave that decision to his mother, if she is willing to take that decision now, or leave it to Prince William to do that, to take that decision. But he is unable to take that decision right now. He is in this position that he doesn't believe that he can take the right action, and he is insecure in whatever he is thinking that what should he do? He doesn't know exactly what to do. He knows what he wants. He knows what he wants, but he's afraid of the precautions that might, the repercussions that might come out of it. So, and look at it's just quite amazing that all of the cards came upside down. So this is really a very negative reading. It is very negatively aspected. He is very, very wounded. He's afraid. He is unable to take a decision right now. So that is why we don't see what is going on with the Prince, with the Duke of Edinburgh title, and that is why we got the world in the upside position as well, because the decision wasn't taken yet, and it is very hard for Prince Charles to take that decision. So just to end this, I'm going to take a card from a deck that is called Sacred Geometry of Relationships, and see what, first of all, Charles' relationship to his brother, Prince Edward, and then his relationship with his son. So first I'm just shuffling it, and these are big cards as well, so it's hard for me to shuffle. Okay, so now I'm going to clear the deck. Okay, so Prince Charles' relationship with Prince Edward and with Prince Harry. Prince Charles' relationship with Prince Edward and Prince Harry. Okay. So the first card is Prince Edward's, and I'm getting reflection. The energy of reflection supports our growth through the insights we get from the contemplation of self and others. So their relationship is in this reflection position when they are reflecting on the past and on the future, and they are not they don't know exactly where or what will happen next. So there is a reflection of what should happen, what should Prince Charles do, how should Prince Edward act, but they are thinking about it and how they can support one another and to help one another grow. So it is in this reflection position. And let's see what we get towards Prince Harry, and we get honesty. So it looks like Prince Charles expects honesty from his son, and he, in a way, wants to act in an honest way towards his son. So altogether, Prince Charles will do whatever is right in the end, and he will be very honest towards Harry. And if he decides not to give him that title, he will tell him why. And if he decides to give him the title, then he will always also tell him why. But he's still in the reflection position, so he hasn't taken the decision yet. But he will try to be as honest as possible towards Harry, and expects Harry to be honest towards him as well, and maybe to be honest in his book. I don't know, but this is about the energy of honesty that supports his choice. So whatever he chooses, he will do that out of honesty towards what he believes should happen, both towards his brother and towards his son. So I'm sorry if this reading was a little bit not fluent as I usually am. I don't know why, but it was hard for me. And but still, I do hope that you liked it. And if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, write me a comment, but try not to write malicious comments. If you don't like it, just say, wasn't my cup of tea. That's good enough. And that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.